Armando Salguero, one of the fine reporters, writers, columnists. Authentic gentleman is how I would...
What can't he do?
That's right.
That's a question I ask myself often.
Covers the NFL. Armando, good to see you. Hope things are well.
So, yes, I'm just one of the guys, or gals.
That's
or
right.
One of the guys and gals.
Yes. So let's start with right there in South Beach, Mike McDaniel, and on a scale of 1 to falling apart, we'll listen to him and we'll get your reaction.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
Yeah, they can't do anything right?
Well, so right there are no lies told.
Right.
That's number one. To win the game, you can't lose the game. Oh, boy. Number two, if that's how he's communicating to his team, it's just close up shop now.
Yep.
After week 2. If that's the way the coach addresses the men, the alpha males on that roster, it's not gonna happen for them. It's not gonna. I don't understand. I mean, look, Mike McDaniel is one of those guys that there are certain people who are meant to be in certain roles. And I think what we've discovered is that Mike McDaniel, probably his best role would be as, the evil genius in the lab, cooking up plays and maybe even calling plays from the sideline as an offensive coordinator. But I'm not sure the leadership and the motivation and inspiration that a head coach has to have is found in him. And I'm not sure that he exactly, I've talked to some players and they're kind of okay with him. They like him, but they're not exactly like, running through walls for him type situation. So clearly what we have is a coach who had it really good.
Yes.
When nobody could figure out what they were running. And so they rode that. But once people figured out this is what you're running, this is your offense, let's adjust. And now you got to bring something else. He couldn't answer with, okay, my team is going to have urgency. My team is going to be motivated. My team is going to be angry and physical. And we're going to, if it's a slog you want, we'll outslog you. He doesn't have that apparently in his toolbox.
And Armando, I know I was one of these people, but I think a lot of people probably rooted for Mike McDaniel when he got the job because he was so different. He spoke different. He acted different. It's like, oh, this is fresh. This is new. This would be entertaining if this could work as an NFL coach. But I see all this and I kind of go back to what you were saying. Boy, there's a reason that certain styles work. There's a reason that you need an alpha in charge of a bunch of alpha athletes on a football team. And I look across the sideline on Sunday from Mike McDaniel, and I see Mike Vrabel sprinting down the sideline with his player. And while that may be the far other extreme of that, I think, okay, this is why that works. Do you think that's going to work for the Patriots and Vrabel with his style?
Well, first of all, I think that Mike McDaniel can out sprint Mike Vrabel. Let's put that.
Don't tell Vrabel that.
No, he'll work out to beat him. Start the training right now, probably.
Will. Yes, he will. He'll be doing leg presses and training for the 40 like the Dickens.
Yep.
Mike McDaniel, he'll be buying a new watch. So there's that. or new Gucci loafers. So there's that. But Mike Vrabel is going to work for, two reasons. Number one, he knows what it takes, and what it takes is, obviously a good coaching staff. So that's his deal. Number two, it takes a good quarterback. And they believe that they're developing one in Drake May. And did I tell you that Drake May completed 82% of his passes against the Dolphins the other day?
How about that? What's Josh Allen going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. So those are the things that will, give Vrabel an ultimate thumbs up or thumbs down. I like his chances on both sides.
So, as far as what you've seen from Cam Ward, Ward's receiving a lot of praise across the NFL from the analysts. Dan Orlovsky and everyone. They're breaking down the film, showing how he can make every throw in the league that's required of a franchise type quarterback. It's a mess, Armando. I don't think people know what it's like beneath the surface level, right? Whenever they're seeing this. What have you noticed? You've certainly followed him there in his path to the pros versus what you've seen versus what you thought you'd see through the first couple of weeks.
Well, his first NFL touchdown pass where he runs out of pressure and goes right and then throws all the way across the field left and completes a touchdown pass. That is trademark Cam Ward. And it's very telegenic. It's very dynamic and it's exciting. Is that going to win the Tennessee Titans a Super Bowl? No, that's not going to win the Tennessee Titans a Super Bowl. That's not going to get the Tennessee Titans above 500. What is going to win the Tennessee Titans a Super Bowl and get them up above 500 is maybe help Cam Ward a little bit. That offensive line, that's a substandard offensive line. I'm sorry, it is. And I know they've done work to it, substandard. The wide receiver room, I mean, they're bottom five. Argue with me, please. Tell me.
Calvin Ridley's their number one. He's really number two.
And going back to the offensive line, it's not just that they're bad. They commit penalty after penalty. I mean, it's one thing after the other with that group, who's led by a supposed legend in Bill Callahan, the head coach's dad, and they're not getting anything done with that unit.
Right. And so do I think that it's Bill Callahan's doing and lack of coaching, or do I think, up here is part of the body, and you have to judge a player up here as well as from the neck down to decide if he's a good player or not. And if he's not good from the neck up, he's not a good player. So do I trust the smarts and the discipline and the idea of, doing what is called for and concentration and focus of the players? Or do I blame Bill Callahan, who is arguably one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL? I think I'm going with the players.
Yeah.
Until further notice.
Yeah. And Armando, there's plenty of blame to go around for sure. And I'm not putting the blame first and foremost to Bill Callahan, but I am putting it on Brian Callahan to a great extent. And the players have a lot to do with this also. But again, I'm going to get back to the tale of two coaches. This Sunday's game, Brian Callahan and what we've seen from him 2 games into year number 2 versus Shane Steichen. They haven't punted with Daniel Jones as quarterback yet this season. The first team, I think, in the modern era to go through 2 games without punting. That's the Indianapolis Colts offense with Daniel Indiana Jones as quarterback. What are your thoughts on what the Colts have been able to accomplish so far with Daniel Jones in this resurgence?
It's great. It's amazing. And you call him Daniel Indiana Jones. And you know what? We might be sitting here in January, and sure enough, you're right. And everybody else was wrong. Me, I'm going with Daniel regression to mean Jones. And what I
it doesn't
mean
roll
by
off the
that-
tongue as well,
What you mean
Armando,
is
as a
you're just-
nickname, but it could be apt by the end of the
What
year.
he's saying is he's just going to call him Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Dan Jones. To Armando, he turns from Daniel Indiana Jones, and it reverts all the way down to Dan Jones by week 9.
Look, we've seen a lot of Daniel Jones over the last, I would say, 4 years. To believe that it's all different after 2 games, that's quite an exercise that I'm not ready to have my brain undergo. He's played great. I grant you that. I also grant you that he's going to play some tougher defenses. I also grant you that he is still who he is.
So here would be my question on top of that. Shane Steichen was with Nick Foles, right, in the Super Bowl year? Can Daniel Jones be Nick Foles? Because I didn't think anything of Nick Foles until he came in relief for Carson Wentz that year, and he looked great down the stretch in the playoffs and won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm with you. I do like the nickname Daniel regression to the mean Jones. Very, very good. But can Shane Steichen develop something with Daniel Jones to where the Colts aren't just the best in the AFC South, but the Colts are a team that can compete in the AFC?
No. Compete in the AFC?
No.
I mean, I'm not putting Daniel Jones in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, come on, Armando. You know you want to. You're ready to take off with Daniel Jones being right there with Josh Allen. We all know he's Mahomes.
I'll say this. He's going to be better than Joe Burrow this year.
Yeah.
That's what I'll give you.
He's got a healthier toe, that's for sure.
Because Joe Burrow is done for the season. But no, now the AFC South, absolutely. I mean, why not? You've got Bryce Young over there that's still struggling not to be NFL Bryce Young, but struggling to be Alabama Bryce Young. Trevor Lawrence. Come on, man. Come on. It's time. You're making over $250 million.
Egregious loss by them this past week.
Oof.
Egregious.
Terrible.
Hey, I want to ask you this real quick. Brady in the coach's box. Optically, what do you think of that versus the fact that they just removed the provision or what the rule that he can't go and talk with coaches? They did that for the broadcast part of things. He can go and prep and do all that stuff now at the facilities. The NFL's all in on Tom Brady, and they're making rules for him. They're adjusting rules for him, just like they did. We'll tie in with Josh Allen and the Bills and Mahomes and the overtime rules. What do you make of it versus how the NFL's handling it, and just optically what it looks like to you?
Yeah, so there's a back and forth of what the rules actually is. My understanding of it is that he can't go to the facilities, but he can now this year. And starting this year, he can have those production meetings via Zoom.
Okay, so he can talk. He can talk with he can talk with everyone.
Yes, he can talk to people, but he can't go to the practices. He can't go into the facilities. And what I would say about that is that, you know what? If a team is really worried that Tom Brady is going to get an advantage for the Las Vegas Raiders based on what they tell him, here's an idea. Don't spill your guts to the guy. It's on you. Be responsible. Don't blame. They're blaming the media, basically. Is Tom Brady media guy? Oh my gosh, he's got information that he's going to tell the Raiders. Well, don't give him the information. Simple as that. That's it. End of controversy.
Yeah, only remotely can you do it. And hey, I mean, even prior to this rule, this being a new adjustment to what he could and could not do, I mean, Andy Reid and Mahomes, they were meeting with him in the same damn division. Like they were still chatting, like even like preseason, whatever it was. Yeah, if you want to talk to the guy, talk to the guy. If not, no big deal. And you're right. It's on them. It's on them. But I mean, I think it's very surface level anyway. Those meetings. But really, it's like who's inactive. Like who might we see more of in this matchup? Is there an interesting play I should be on the lookout for.
And
Whatever.
Armando and other reporters I trust, they talk about it's more of an optics thing with the fans because they're not really getting state secrets in these TV production meetings. But I mean, I guess the one thing I could see is if he's walking around the facility and sees someone in a walking boot he's not supposed to, that they're giving the injury report, but maybe he looks a little bit more serious than that's it. But they're not going to see that either. So I think it's overblown.
When those meetings, those production meetings, and I've been in them when I worked at ESPN, they get interesting late in the year because that's when teams are either under fire and coaches open up about their situations. If they're on the hot seat, of course, Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat like yesterday. And players open up about their personal situations relative to, am I happy here? What am I going to do about my contract? What are they going to do about their contract? And the interpersonal relationships in the locker room. That's when the information is really interesting in those production meetings. And that information can definitely be useful to the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's also he's got to be careful, too, for tampering. If there's a guy coming up for free agency or something, if he's talking to a player in those meetings. He's got to toe the line on his end, too. It goes both ways.
Absolutely. And I know that he calls Roger Goodell like almost every week.
Yes.
And asks him, am I doing all right? Everything okay? Everything fine? Which is interesting because once upon a time, Roger Goodell and Tom Brady were going at it in court.
Yep. Yeah, they weren't on each other's Christmas card list, that's for sure.
Armando, thank you as always. And enjoy the stadium behind you. There's Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
Later, man. He prefers Buffalo in September instead of January.
Yeah, I always remember that. And he does not like Pontiac, Michigan for the press box food options on Thanksgiving Day. Not a big fan.
Or Green Bay draft.
Yep. Also not good.
Primary complaint straight ahead here on Hot Mic.